Up or down?
That's fine.
Up?
Perfect. I've already started. Mwah. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. Welcome to another Wednesday night. Monday. Holy crap, I am like way out of it. Welcome to another Monday mini medicine card readings. I'm a little loopy because we just got back from seeing Avatar, the new one, and going in we had no idea it was that long. It was like somewhere between 3.5 hours, something like that, probably. Yay! How you, Roulette and Joe? Oh crap, I don't have my paper or pen. Hold, please. All right, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. All right, I need to grab some paper so I can keep track of who is on. And so I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. Let's see if I can pull that a little bit closer. I'm actually utilizing one of my Christmas presents, which was a really cool laptop desk. And it has an easel on it so that I can actually draw my comics without having to bend way over. And it's got a nifty little phone holder thing, so. All right. Wow, I am all over the place. So, for those of you who are new here or coming in late or whatever, how we do this, the first 6 people to post yes in the comments get a 1 card reading from the medicine cards. And then at the end, I always pull 1 for everybody as well, so that even if you didn't get a personal one, you still are getting some guidance. Nobody gets left out. But, as I'm going through it, just pay attention. Listen with your heart, right? What was that, Valerie? Did you... what was that? Oh, listen with your heart. Some of what I say, even if it's for someone else, if it resonates with you, if all of a sudden your ears perk up or something, know that that is for you as well. All right. I'm just going to light some sage here and so I can smudge my cards so they're nice and fresh. So I figured.
Do you want me to close the door?
Is it loud?
You can hear
Yeah.
the traffic.
Yeah. Thank you. My lovely assistant, Valerie Joy, closing the door so that you can actually hear me. What was I saying? Jesus, Pete. What? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so the only thing I ask, if you're watching this, is to please share the video if you would. I would be much appreciative. Hi, Kit Kat. Kira might join us. All right, so we have 2 people so far, And I can do, I figure, up to 6. So there's anybody else wants a 1-card reading. There is plenty of room. Alright, so Deb, I see that you were on there. Did you want a card? So far it's just Joe and Roulette, so. Alright, well, alright. Roulette, you are first. Oh, cool. Okay, so just, Deb, just one for Nancy. Did you want one too, or just Nancy? Oh, thanks, Valerie. So I got Valerie down, but if someone else comes in, she will give up her spot. All right, Roulette. Didn't you get that one last week? Oh, okay, I'll save you for the end, Deb. Just making a note. All right, Roulette, I think you got this one last week, didn't you? You and Joe? No. That's right, it was a different one, but it was like the yin yang. It was like the fish, and I was thinking that the salmon. But, so, oh, you got it the week before last. Okay. Salmon is, again, about going home. It's about completing the journey, returning to your origin, returning to that original innocence and purity, that divine light that you actually are. And it speaks to your enthusiasm. I always think of salmon as enthusiasm. Like he has so much enthusiasm that nothing can dampen his spirit and his excitement to get home. So when salmon comes up, it's a guarantee that you're going to get there. It's not an if, it's a when. And so when you know you're going to get there, then every new curve of the river becomes an adventure, because no matter what happens, you are guaranteed to get through it. You don't have to worry about this being your last chance or your last gasp, and the universe is going to take you out or anything. So that every time a new obstacle pops up, rocks or waterfalls or whatever, you are perfectly equipped to handle the obstacles, and the obstacles are actually there, number one, to prove your strength, kind of an initiation kind of thing, and let's see, what was it's like an initiation, but not, it's like a friend sent me a meme not too long ago, and it said that the universe doesn't want you to work harder. The universe wants you to trust more, right? One moment. Hey, love, could you please turn it down? I'm getting distracted hearing my voice. Valerie's watching this in the bedroom. Could you please turn it down? I'm getting distracted hearing myself like with that delay. Thank you. I was hearing myself in the next room, like with the delayed 10 or 20-second delay or whatever. It was a little distracting. So, so when the salmon is leaping up the falls, they're not just getting a running start and jumping with their own strength, with their own energy. They are hitting the whirlpool at the base of the waterfalls and using that to slingshot up. In other words, they are trusting nature, they're trusting the universe to carry them. Because if they went try themselves, there's no way they could jump up the falls. So they're relying on spirit, they're trusting, they're not working harder, they're trusting the universe to carry them. And so it's a sense of not so much doing as it is letting go. Does that make sense? And so it's kind of a two-sided thing, like in order to jump the falls, you have to trust the spirit of the water, the whirlpool, to jump you up, right? So that's the one thing, so that you have to let go and trust the universe. And the second thing is the obstacle was put there to prove to you that you can trust the universe. If that sounds kind of contradictory. It's kind of a chicken and egg kind of thing. But every obstacle is there to make you stronger. Every obstacle you overcome brings you closer to home. And it's like when I talk a lot about the cosmic GPS, right? And putting in your destination, and then you trust the universe to intuitively nudge you in the right directions, giving you the breadcrumbs you need to get to your destination. But sometimes the universe will take you through kind of a shady neighborhood, right? Because there's things you need to experience between where you are and your destination in order to become who you need to be at that destination. You know, if you think about whenever we're manifesting, whenever we're praying for something or intending for something, something that we don't have as far as, you know, it's not in the scene. You always have everything you need. Everything you need is within you. And you can't desire something if you don't know what that something feels like, right? So it's like, it's already inside of you. But like if you're, say you're manifesting, aiming for a new job, just as an example, who you are, where you are now, and who you need to be at that job is a jump in frequency, because you're going to drop something that doesn't suit you, and you're going to rise to the frequency that you need to be that resonates with whatever that job is, right? Does that make sense? So every time we start to pray for something and we give gratitude for things that we haven't quite reached yet, that's what brings it to us. And sometimes on that journey, old issues will come up that we think we've already dealt with, right? It's like, what the hell is that coming up again for? I thought I dealt with that. Well, there were still seeds of that, and you can't exist at this frequency up here if that issue is still hanging on down here. It's going to drag you down, right? And so it necessarily has to leave for you to rise to the frequency where you resonate with the frequency of what it is you want, what it is you desire. And so it's not an easy path, but it is more of a path of adventure, because no matter what, you're going to get there. The fact that it's upright kind of tells me that there's been a shift, maybe an awakening of gumption, of enthusiasm, right? Energetically, like, I'm not going to just settle for what people expect me to have. I'm going to go for what I really, really want, right? It's like setting your sights higher, knowing that you deserve more, knowing that when you feel those desires, whether it's for love, for safety, for expansion, for confidence, that basically is, we're getting a little into quantum physics here, but that's basically your future self reaching back through time to tell you what you deserve. And if we follow that, we will find that, because it's already a part of us in our future. But we're so taught to ignore our desires, ignore our dreams, and just settle for the 9 to 5, settle for, well, you'll never get that dream. We might as well just, go to work for someone and just, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, get up, go to work, that kind of thing. But it's kind of like, it's almost like that dawning of recognition of, oh, you know what it is? Rather than just kind of free-floating and like, well, I'll do this for a while, maybe I'll go do that for a while, and, well, maybe I'll do that for a while. It's kind of that floaty, no direction, kind of meandering and wandering around, which is hard to, it's hard to build enthusiasm when there's nothing to build toward, right? It's like one of the necessities of life is something to look forward to. And if you're just going the hamster wheel, the routine, and you're just free floating, oh, well, I might as well do that. That might be kind of fun. And, well, this won't hurt. There's no real gumption. There's no real enthusiasm. And so this is like starting to recognize that you can have more. Hey, Esperanza, you are on the list. Yay. Cool. I hope that's making sense, Roulette. It's like going from this, like all your energy is just, okay, so a couple of weeks ago, my guides gave me another analogy when I was doing another reading, and it kind of fits. It's like, you think about a hot air balloon, right? And if you have no heat source, the balloon is just limp and just kind of flopping all over the place, right? Because there's nothing to fill it up. That's where that enthusiasm comes from. Or that's what the enthusiasm's job is. The enthusiasm is that spark, that spark of purpose, that spark of destiny, that spark of passion. And when you light that up, you've already got the structure built. The structure is already there. The balloon is already made and intact. You just need to fill it up with that heat and allow it to rise, to do what it was meant to do. So, wouldn't you like to fly in my beautiful balloon? It's time to go for a balloon ride. Drop the ballast, drop the sandbags, cut the ties that are holding you earthbound. It's time for you to fly. It's time for you to go home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. You got this, Dorothy. All right, so I notice there's a few more people on. If you're new here, I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and if you would like a one-card reading from the medicine card deck, oh my God, that's the same card that I put. When I said that same line before, it was the same exact card. The first 6 people to say yes in the comments will get a one-card reading. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got potentially 2 spots left. That's it. Click your heels together. So we have 2 places left if anybody still wants them. Hey, Feather. All right, you get one. All right, so I hope that makes sense, Roulette. I think it probably does. Yes, Feather, I got you on the list. All right. So Joe. The only reason I'm wearing the hat is because we went to see, I mentioned it earlier, we went to see Avatar, the new Avatar movie, which was amazing. And we didn't realize how long it was. We had to scurry home, and there wasn't enough time to take a shower and wash my hair, so I've got the hat on. Oh yeah, that's my other, Valerie gave me this for Christmas. It was just like, I didn't even know you could buy Xena t-shirts anymore. So I've been wearing it nonstop. All right. And I also figured I could wear the hat because it's the second day of Christmas, right? So we got 10 more days to go. All righty. Joe. Let's see who... All right, Joe. You got grouse. I almost said gross. You got grouse in reverse. Have you been feeling a little disconnected? Okay, so grouse is about the spiral dance. It's the spiral dance that connects all life. All things in the universe exist in a spiral. And grouse dances in a spiral. And so she kind of, the spiral, like the whole thing dancing and the spiral together, it's the vitality of life. Oh, hey, Jessica. Yes, I got you on the list. You will be the last one. I thank Valerie and Deb for waiting to claim their spots in case there was someone else. So you are the last one, Jessica. We'll get to you in just a little bit. And so grouse, the dance, the beat, right? When grouse are the drummers. Grouse, when they beat their wings, they actually do it in such a way that it creates the same phenomenon as thunder. They create a vacuum with their wings, and the air slams back together, so that it's actually more palpable than it is here. You can't hear it as much as you feel it. And so they are like the heartbeat. They are the drum beat of Mother Earth. And so it's about so this is something that is kind of one of those kind of paradoxes. But the more when we're feeling disconnected from the world, from the universe, from the earth, from nature, we tend to we kind of chase that connection, right? We kind of chase that connection. And all that does, when you chase something, you're just pushing it further away, right? The only way to reconnect to the universe is to find your own unique place in it. So it's by turning inward that you expand outward. It's by turning inward and finding your own unique rhythm, your own unique dance beat, dancing to the beat of your own drum, that you are then connected to all things. It's an inside job. It's got to come from the inside out. That listen to your own heartbeat and realize that your heartbeat is harmonious with the heartbeat of the mother, with the heartbeat of the cosmic mother, and that is what connects you. Is that making sense, Joe? So dance, again, the dance, right? Dance with abandon. And not necessarily physically, although I always highly recommend, I had a teacher that said dancing is one of the easiest forms of soul retrieval. Because when you dance, you kind of move outside of your head, and it gives space for parts of you to come back. But the dance is whatever brings you joy. That is the joy, like I was telling Roulette about the passion and the enthusiasm. That is your dance. It's, like we are all different facets of creator, of source energy. And if we try to, it's like that one saying, be yourself, everyone else is taken, right? We're all multifaceted. We are unique facets of the divine being. And so to try to be anything less than who you are shortchanging not only yourself, but the universe. We're unique and special for a reason, It's like the Star Trek, one of the sayings or whatever of Starfleet is infinite diversity and infinite combinations. And that to me is probably the best definition of God, creator, source that you could ever get, because we are parts of the divine source making known the unknown. We are here for adventure. We are here to bring our unique perspective, our unique dance, to add to the whole. So by living your best life, by living your passions, for focusing on your dreams, it's not selfish. In fact, it's the opposite. It's the only thing you can do to help the universe, to heal the universe, to expand the universe, is by finding your own unique beat, your own unique rhythm, your own unique frequency. Because, like a friend of mine once said, I love this saying, it's like if we were all singing the same note, there would be no harmony. The universe depends on us playing our own instruments, playing our own parts, our own notes, our own rhythms, because we're connected, our hearts are connected to Source, to Creator. So if you're living your passion, you're your enthusiasm coming from your heart, you are listening. It's a direct line to Creator. And the more people who are living from their heart truth rather than the expectations of the world, then the more people are watching that conductor of the orchestra playing their own instruments, playing their own parts, but they will always be in harmony with everyone else who is also listening to their heart truth and following their own dance and their own rhythm. So never apologize for dancing to your own drum beat. Never think less of yourself. Never judge yourself for being different. Here on the island of misfit toys, we are the misfits. We are the ones who stand out from the crowd because we came here to change the world, not just to fall into place. And so you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world, you owe it to the universe to be true to yourself first of all. So I hope that is helpful, Joe. And for the people that have come on late, just a gentle reminder that I am asking people to share the video. Whether you want to share it on someone's Facebook page or tag them in the comments or whatever. Yeah, Joe, your tribe. That's how you find your tribe, that rhythm, just like I was saying with salmon. You know, you want your vibration is here where you are, and there's no judgment. You know, we talk about high vibration versus low vibrations, right? And we start to fall again into that duality thing where high is good, low is bad. But it's not. There's no judgment. Higher is closer to our true authentic selves, but we cannot know what any single individual came into this world to accomplish, to feel. Like I said, we're all aspects of Creator with different, kind of on different missions and different things to find out different things. And some of that is to find out what is the low frequencies, what is it like to be in fear and that kind of thing, because it's all knowledge, it's all experience, and ultimately we are eternal, and nothing we do here, nothing that happens here is going to destroy us for eternity, right? So everything we learn adds to the experience of divine. So don't judge yourself for being being lower than you think you should be. But when you start dancing to the beat of your own drum, like you're down here dancing with everybody else, right? To the world's drum beat, society's drum beat, and then you start to beat your own drum, and you start to rise and rise and rise. And then the people who resonate with you, frequency begets equal frequencies, right? So by beating your own drum, dancing to your own drum beat, you attract the people of your tribe. Because the more authentic you are, the more authentic the people you will draw to you, the people who will come to you, not for ulterior motives, not for manipulation, but who are true unto themselves, and therefore they can be trusted, they are safe, and they will have your back. And they will be there not to rescue you, but to remind you of who you truly are. Alrighty, Nancy. Let's see who Nancy is going to have accompany her this week. Okay, Nancy, I'm laughing just because I know you. I almost feel like I don't have to say anything. I know that's one of your totem animals, and I know that it comes up over and over and over for you on these Monday night videos. But for the sake of all other people that are watching that may not know, because I do want to be inclusive and I want to make sure, like I said, what I say for one person might apply to someone else. Just like when you're in school and you have a question, you're like, oh, I don't think I should ask. But there's like at least 3 other people with the same question. So when you ask a question in class, you're asking for at least 3 other people. And so when you're getting a reading tonight, when you get one of these 1-card readings, you're basically getting a reading for at least 3 other people. You're welcome, Joe. So Nancy, again, moose, majestic dorkiness, self-esteem. Where is moose and squirrel? There is no squirrel. Well, actually there is squirrel in here. Never mind. So for you, what I'm really feeling is that claiming your crown, claiming your royalty, you are the queen of your life. You are royalty. And again, it's like claiming that crown. And when you have that crown, what's that look like? It's a radar. It's like I've been trying to do this myself. Like when I wake up in the morning, check the crown chakra, make sure it's open, make sure you're connected, that you're receiving spirit. Because that's what allows you your majestic dorkiness. Because spirit upholds you, uplifts you, empowers you to be who you are in all your glorious dorkiness and everything that makes you stand out from the crowd, right? So yeah, so when things are not going right, if things are kind of bumpy or falling apart or just not lining up, stop and adjust your antenna, adjust the radar, open your crown chakra, and connect to spirit. And as you do so, picture the light coming down through your crown, all the way down through your root into the earth. Then you are in alignment. And then it's like what do they call a toroidal field? It's like it comes in, it goes down, it comes back up. And you become like a water fountain of spirit. You become your own fountain. You don't need anyone else. You don't need the source of your energy, the source of your abundance, the source of your life energy. It comes from spirit, comes from Creator. So when you open that crown, that's how you connect and allow that light to fill you up. And because when you're in alignment, who cares what others say? Who cares what others think, right? And there's a certain amount of grace with moose. Moose is the largest of the deer family. And so he embodies the entire spectrum of deerness, from the smallest, gentlest deer to him as this, bulldozer. So he has the strength to bulldoze anyone that gets in his way, but they can be just as gentle and just as nimble as any other deer. There's this grace to them. That's the majesticness, is the grace with which they carry themselves. They know they're dorky. They know they don't look like other people, like other animals. But it's like, but they're still royalty. They claim who they are, especially those things that make them stand out from the crowd. Because that is the gift that's specifically the gift that you came to give the universe, to give the world. It's those things that we were teased about when we were kids, or we tried to hide, you know, our different likes and talents and different things, because it wasn't acceptable. We get made fun of, but now that we are adults and it's time to flaunt those things and be the biggest dorks that we possibly can. The world will be saved by dorks. Like, remember the Revenge of the Nerds movies back in the 80s? We're entering the Revenge of the Dorks now. So, yeah. So I hope that is helpful. I hope that wasn't too far off the mark, Nancy, but know that you are majestic. Know that you do carry a sense of royalty with you, a sense of respect. Knowing you, being around you, it's like this sense of being in the presence of royalty.
Pass on me. You got 8 people, so.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, love. I already said that. Thank you, though. That was my lovely assistant. So, yeah. Awesome. I'm glad that made sense for Nancy. All right, my friend Esperanza, you are up. I was thinking of my phone and like, I'm using I got a new laptop desk for drawing and doing art and stuff. And so it's got a phone holder, and it's like, hey, cool, I can use that phone holder and do the cards right in front of it. But it leans back so far that, like, you see a lot of the ceiling. I'll have to see if I can figure something out different. But anyway, for now, Esperanza, you are up. Let's see who is going to accompany you this week. Esperanza. Oh, thank you.
Pull that.
Oh. Awesome. Thank you. My lovely assistant helped me to adjust my phone to a better thing so you're not staring at my ceiling. It's not that interesting. So Esperanza, the one that came up for you is Dragonfly in reverse. And so I don't know if you have heard my story of Dragonfly, but I'm going to tell it again. So once upon a time, there was this great and mighty dragon. He was powerful, he was magical, and like most dragons, he was arrogant and liked to boast about his prowess, about his deeds. And one day, Coyote got tired of listening to his brags. So he decided someone needed to take him down a notch. And he could think of no one better equipped to do so than himself. So he went up to this mighty dragon and said, I bet you're not powerful enough. I bet you're not magical enough to make yourself that big. And the dragon laughed in his face and turned himself into a dragonfly. Well, when he did so, he got caught in his own illusion and believed himself to be this frail little body. He still had access to all the magic and all the power that he ever had before. But he convinced himself that he was just this fragile body, that basically just what he could see is what was true. And so when Dragonfly comes in, it's a message of remembering who you are, remembering that you are not just this frail human body. You are the universe embodied. The truth of you is the big picture. You are spirit having a human experience, not the other way around. And so when Dragonfly comes in, number one, especially in reverse, it can be kind of a getting caught in the illusion of the world, thinking that it's just appearances are the reality, that this world is real and unavoidable, and can be really claustrophobic. I speak from experience. I used to have really bad anxiety and panic attacks. That's what would happen. It was like the world would close in. Like there was no room for spirit. There was no room for magic. And I had to kind of practice and work at stretching beyond the confines of this illusionary world, right? One of the ways I did that, I have a picture on the wall that I've had for like almost 30 years now. And it's Midsummer's Eve is the name of it. It's this woman bending over, and there's all these fairy beings dancing at her feet. And I put that on my wall, and when I'd start to feel claustrophobic, like, caught in a Newtonian world of opposite and equal effects, and the mechanistic worldview where there is no room for spirit, there is no room for intelligence, there is no room for anything. I had that picture that would remind me of the reality of the Fae. And just having that picture there to remind me, it was like my portal to journey past this world of illusions. And that is what kind of saved my spirit through those times. One of the things. Xena was the other one. But yeah, so remember who you truly are. Call on Dragonfly when you start to feel pressed in, when you start to feel pressure, and like there's no hope, or there's no solution, there's no way out of a certain situation or whatever. Call in Dragonfly to help you move beyond the illusion of this world. Along with his multifaceted eyes, where he can literally see in every direction at the same time. He will help you find a path beyond what is seen. Because once you know the world is an illusion, once you start to move from more of a quantum universe rather than a Newtonian one, there's no holds barred. It's like everything is possible. And it lightens you up like Dragonfly in order to be able to zip in any direction. It's like once you lighten up, once you see the illusion of the world, you are no longer held by the responsibilities or obligations or expectations of others in the world. And you are able to fly beyond. Zip, zoop, any direction. From any moment, you can change direction in any way. Every moment, you have an infinite number of steps, an infinite number of pathways available to you. The other thing about Dragonfly, one of the strengths of Dragonfly is remembering that he is actually a dragon, remembering that he still has all the magic and all the power, but he's in this tiny little body that is non-threatening to others, and so he can use the physical body, the physical appearances of things, in order to channel deeper spiritual magic into this world. If you were to show up in all your glory, people would run for the hills because it would freak them the heck out. But when you present this friendly face and this friendly manner and this, physical body that is similar to everyone else, not, I know everyone's unique and everything, but, seeing a human body, a human face with emotions on it, etc., it becomes an interface between whoever you are talking to and spirit. You become that channel for spirit to move through into the world. So call on Dragonfly to help you see through the illusions of the world, to see through the illusions of whatever binds you, whatever, I've talked about the shackles on, shackles off feelings from Martha Beck. And if anything feels like the shackles went on, like a thought or a decision or a situation that makes it feel like the shackles went on, that is false. If it feels like the shackles came off, it's true. And so it's learning to navigate by that. If something feels tight, if something feels like it's shrinking you, like it's boxing you in, it is intrinsically false. Because you are God, you are Goddess, you are divine. There is nothing that can hold you back. There is nothing that can confine you. You are the universe embodied, right? You are divine light and love. That is your essence. That is who you are. And nothing can take that from you. Nothing. Ever, 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 ever. So, doing good. Keep flying. All right, so Feather, you are up. I hope that helps, Esperanza. All right, Feather. And today is the second day of Christmas, so it's the day of the turtle doves. And turtle doves are very motherly. Turtle doves actually are able to, I have to read up on it again a little bit, but they can actually give milk. They're very very representative of the mother, as well as, peace and that kind of thing. But it's like the mother nurturing, like Mother Earth, fulfilling your needs so you don't need to look outward to find them from other people. Right? All right, Feather. Feather, you got Rabbit. What? Behind the Rabbit? So, Rabbit is... I like to think of Rabbit as creative opportunity. There's the whole symbology of spring and new life and new coming back to life and emerging from the earth, right? Emerging from the ground into the light of day. All of that symbology from spring and Easter and everything holds true. So it's like this creativity. There's this, not just thinking outside the box, but having no box at all. Even on Boxing Day, which is today. Okay, that was corny. But it's like having no box. It's like thinking, seeing things totally creatively, totally out of the blue, following that inspiration. And, you know, the thing is with opportunity, just like rabbit, if you're a predator and you eat rabbits, if you miss one, there's always another one coming along. They're prolific. That's what they're best known for, right? That fertility, is that fertility and creativity. And so you were never meant to color inside the lines. And if one door closes, there's always another one opening. And the other thing about rabbit that I'm feeling nudged toward is the fact that rabbit does not run in a straight line, right? Rabbit zigzags as part of his defense, making it harder for the predator to get a bead on them because they're constantly zigzagging back and forth. So your path is not meant to be the straight and narrow. Your path is not from point A to point B. Your path is from point A to Z to G to F to E back to A to whatever, you know, and it's following that creativity. If you think about what I just saw was a needle sewing, right? That weaving in and out. And so as you're following your impulses, it's like this way, then that way, then this way, and then that way. And what you're doing is you're weaving, you're sewing your new life together. You're patching it up, you're bringing it, you're creating it. It's the loom. You're weaving the loom, you're bringing the threads together of the life that you're wanting to create. So I love that imagery. That's the first time that's ever come up with a needle. Like, it's just you're creating your life. You're sewing things together that some people would be like, well, that's weird. How can you possibly match that with this? But you're doing it. Bringing things together and creating this fabric, this tapestry of life that is unique and unlike anyone else's. So cool. Very cool, my friend. Good job. All right, Jessica. You're the last contestant. And the mice is right. No. Did I mention I was sitting in a theater for 3.5 hours in the dark and I'm kind of loopy? You're welcome, Feather. I'm glad that is helpful. All right, Jessica. Ooh. So Jessica, the one that came up for you was Black Panther. To me, Black Panther is kind of one of the heavy hitters of the totem animals. When Black Panther comes up, literally anything is possible. Black Panther is about embracing the unknown, right? Instead, like bringing it full circle back to salmon at the beginning of this video. Each bend around the river becomes, oh my God, what's up around the corner? What's up around the bend? I can't wait to see what else comes. Instead of, oh my God, what's going to come at me? Black Panther is embracing the unknown, realizing that that is why we exist, is to make known the unknown. It's to let that curiosity drive us to continue to grow, to become, to expand into who we already are, but to, new horizons and new experiences. And the unknown is dark, it's black, like Black Panther, just because you haven't yet created it. It's unwritten. And in our society, we tend to be conditioned to expect the worst case scenario, right? When we don't know what the outcome's going to be, we just assume it's going to be the worst possible one. But in that darkness, it is the darkness of the womb of the cosmic mother, right? And in that darkness of the womb, every possible future exists. Every possible future, every possible outcome exists. And when you enter the unknown, when you enter that darkness, you get to decide which of those paths you're going to choose for the adventure of it. Because you know you are eternal. You know that the universe has your back, right? Black Panther also brings in that kind of that saying of as above, so below. And that Black Panther has that sleek, glistening, shimmering, velvety coat of blackness with blue and purple highlights, just like the night sky. And so it's like Black Panther is an embodiment of the night sky, of what we think of when we think eternity, when we think infinity, when we think the universe. So you are Black Panther. You are the microcosm in the macrocosm. As you decree on earth, so they decree in heaven. And so it's like this puts you into the driver's seat. You're at the helm of your own ship. And as you decide to do something, as you decide to go in a certain direction, the universe backs you up and makes sure that you get exactly the experiences you need in that direction. And this goes back to what I said earlier, was talking about the cosmic GPS system. Our job is to set the destination into the GPS. We get to decide what our intention is, what we wish to create, who we wish to become. And then we just set sail and the universe carries us there the quickest, easiest way by nudging us intuitively, by synchronicities, bringing the right people into our lives at the right time with the right information. Like getting the right lessons you need in order to realize that destination. So, a lot of times people ask, like, well, what's my job? What's my mission? What's my purpose? What did I come here to do? Tell me, universe, what am I supposed to do? Meanwhile, the universe is there going, tell me what you want to do. I can't get you there unless you tell me where you want to go. Just like a GPS, it's not going to take you anywhere if you don't put in a destination. And so, like Joseph Campbell said, when you start to move in the direction of your dreams, doors open where before there were only walls. So just start moving in the direction of your dreams and watch the waters part for you. Watch the doorways open. And sometimes a door may close, but that's just why is the word gone from my head all of a sudden? I was going to say misdirection, but no, it's a redirection. Like when a door closes and you can't go through, that's a sign, okay, I have to keep going past the door. There's another door down here or something. The universe will close the doors necessary and open the doors necessary to get you where you're going. So there's a lot, it involves a lot of trust, building that trust in the universe, building up that knowingness that no matter what happens, you're going to get through it, that no matter what presents itself, it's the universe in disguise guiding you in the right direction. The universe has your back. The universe wants you to succeed. The universe wants all of us to succeed. And so when we set a clear intention, a clear destination, the universe does everything it can to get us there. The universe wants us to thrive. So trust your heart. Black Panther, just like Jaguar, is the Black Panther's authority comes from his heart. Oh, you're stuck between staying in Washington or moving back to Texas. If you were to hold, so put Washington in your left hand, put Texas in your right hand. Close your eyes. Just breathe for a couple of breaths. Then open your eyes and see which hand is higher. That is your heart telling you where you need to go. And remember, especially when there's a choice, a binary choice, right? There's always a third option. The answer is usually the third option. I don't know what that might be, but also, just like in a GPS. So it's not so much that you need to make the correct decision, it's that you make a decision. Like when you're flipping a coin, should I do this or should I do that? You call, okay, heads is Texas, tails is Washington. You flip the coin, you look at it, and then you're like, crap, I wanted it to be the other one. There's your answer. The coin isn't telling you what to do. It's your emotional reaction to what the coin says that tells you what your heart wants you to know. So, and even just like a GPS, even if you made that quote-unquote wrong decision, the universe will go rerouting and they will redirect you back to where you're supposed to be. Your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to hold that vision of yourself as whole, prosperous, vibrant well-being. And whether that's in Texas or Washington, who knows? But your true destination is yourself, right? You are your purpose. There is no purpose outside of you. There is no right or wrong decisions. There is nothing you need to do. You are under no obligation to do anything. Your heart is your authority. Trust your heart. And no matter what you decide, there'll be people who will applaud it. There will be people who condemn it. Oh. So your best self is in Washington. Your family's in Texas. Single mom with 8-month-old. That's really a tough place to be. Okay, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to pull another card for Jessica. Just to give you a little bit more direction, a little more guidance, if it helps. Okay. So the second one that came up was horse in reverse. Horse is about power. Horse is pure power. Even cars are still judged in horsepower, right? The engines are judged in horsepower. And in reverse, it's kind of a giving up your power. And it's by claiming your power that your life will expand. Your power is already within you. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be empowered in Washington. You can be empowered in Texas. Wherever you go, there you are. The important thing is to choose empowerment. To remember that you are divine, that your essence is divine light and love. And when you set, and you are magical, you can create. Remember Dragonfly. It's funny because there always seems to be this thread that runs through all the cards. And even if someone had, even the card was for somebody else, there might be a trace of it in another card. But remember Dragonfly. And the illusion of this world, remember that you are that all-powerful dragon. Claim your power. Horse was kind of the original internet in a way, because horse is the one that allowed us to expand beyond our isolated villages to bigger and bigger communities, right? Horse is the one that always carries us beyond the horizon, that adventure. The song that just popped into my head was that one from White Christmas when Bing Crosby is talking about, how does it go? It's the one about not like when he can't sleep, he counts, instead of counting sheep, he counts his blessings. Know that the universe has you, like Black Panther, now that I shuffled it into the deck. That darkness, that blackness of Black Panther literally means that everything is possible. That magic is in the air, that you're on the brink of creation. You're in the womb, and when you're in the womb, like when you were in your mother's physical womb, you are the safest you will ever be in your life. Right now, because Black Panther came up, it's talking about that you are in the womb right now. That your future is undetermined because you haven't decided yet which path you're going to take. But right now, the universe is holding you. You are in the womb of the Cosmic Mother. You are safe. You are being held by the universe. And all you need to do is make a decision. Decide which direction to go in. And if you start to go toward Texas and it doesn't work out and all of a sudden you find yourself back in Washington, that's your answer. But it's just like it's easier to steer a car when it's moving than when it's sitting still. Horse has to run or they get sick. Horse has to move or he gets sick. If he stays in a stable all day, if he stays confined all day, he will get physically sick. They were built to run. You were built to move. You were built to expand. Trust your nature. Okay, there's a movie. I'm going to assign you homework. If it's possible to find this movie, it's called The Electric Horseman. One of my all-time favorite movies is with Robert Redford and Jane Fonda and a horse. And it's almost like you are the horse in that story. You are the horse. It's like he is a rodeo cowboy, world, national, international award-winning rodeo cowboy. And he is kind of his downfall, and he becomes spokesperson for a cereal, and different things like that, like kind of the bottom of the bucket, and gets plugged into some gig in Las Vegas, and they bring this horse in that he's supposed to ride onto stage, and they have the horse all drugged out because the horse wouldn't be able to handle the lights and the flashing and everything, so they kind of drugged it out in order to make it able to be ridden on stage. And he basically kidnaps the horse and returns it to the wild. And one of the things he tells the horse is, you still know who you are. It's pumping through your blood. You know who you are. You are one of those. You are a wild horse. You just have forgotten it. And you, Jessica, are a wild horse. You've just forgotten how to be wild. Allow your wildness to come forth. Allow the fierceness of Black Panther to come forward. And surrender to your greatness. Surrender to the fact that you are not just a physical human being. Okay? Does that all make sense? I hope that is helpful, Jessica. But the Electric Horseman, I highly, highly recommend. I think it might actually be on YouTube, like a YouTube movie for free. I'm not sure. One of my all-time favorites. I like to watch it when I forget who I am, because it always reminds me, gets my blood pumping, and reminds me of my own wildness. All right, so that was 6. So we're going to do one more card. Originally, I just kind of arbitrarily chose the number 6, because I want to make sure I got helped enough people, and then doing another one for everybody. And I thought, I can get that in under an hour. And every week it seems to get longer and longer, but oh well. I'm not going anywhere. All right, so we're going to do one card for everybody, whether you got a reading, personal reading or not. All right. So the card for everybody is Ant. Patience. And pay attention to just what's in front of you. Your responsibility is just what you are carrying. You're not meant to carry other people or other people's crap. You may be stronger than most people, able to carry 10 times your own weight. That doesn't mean you're meant to. No able-bodied adult should be carried to the top of the mountain. And this ant has this tiny piece of leaf in its mandibles, but there are millions of other ants with little tiny leaves in their mandibles, and by each one just carrying that little bit, the entire ant hill gets fed. You're not meant to save the world single-handedly. Put everyone else down and let them walk. If you're carrying someone else, you're not actually helping them. Some people, and the thing is if you're constantly weighing yourself down with other people's stuff, with other people, when someone comes along that actually needs your help, you have no empty arms to carry anything else, right? So just because you can carry 10 times your body weight doesn't mean you're supposed to, okay? Yeah, I know. I thought of you, Deb, when it came up. I had a reading with Deb earlier this week, and Ant came up. So, patience. Know that if Ant has come up, know that there is a bigger picture. There is an end in sight. It's like every step is toward the building of some project. But you have to build the ground floor before you can build the penthouse. And so it's step by step. Rome wasn't built in a day. And know that you are always in the right place at the right time. You know, and when we have, you know, we do tend to get impatient, like, why have I found this yet? Why haven't I achieved that yet? But have you ever just sat with that desire? Like, whatever it is that you want, whether it's to feel important, to have a new job, or to have a loved one, whatever it is, have you ever just sat with the feeling of that, with that desire? And rather than turning it against yourself to make you think, oh, I'm so unworthy, I'm such a loser because I haven't achieved that yet. Have you ever felt that it's like this delicious, rich hunger? It's like when you're hungry for something and you can smell it in the kitchen, it just makes you even hungrier. And it's like you can barely hold yourself back. Your mouth is already salivating. But when you can just sit with that and you can feel that anticipation, to feel that longing, that deep, delicious longing, to know that if you can feel that, you can't have an absence without something to fill it. If you can feel that absence, if you can feel that desire, there is something to fulfill it. There is always a solution. The universe is a closed system, so if you have a negative, there has to be a positive. You can't have a negative space without there being something to fill it. So if you have a space, a desire, feel what the desire feels like. Don't just use it to trigger yourself to leap for what you think you need or to beat yourself over the head because you haven't achieved it yet. Actually, just feel what it feels like to desire that. Feel, because in that is the seed of knowing what it feels like to have that thing. And when we are desiring things, we're not actually desiring the things. We're desiring the feelings that we attach to those things, right? And you can feel that feeling without having the thing. So if you can continually, if you feel that desire and feel what it feels like to have that thing, the thing is just superfluous. It's extra. It's frosting. By the time it comes, you're like, oh yeah, I already knew that. But that feeling is what you're actually trying to manifest. It's not the object or the thing itself. It's the feeling it brings up in you. It's what it reflects in you that you're actually asking for. And if you can desire that thing, the seed to that manifestation is already there. You're already feeling it. Okay? Oofda. All right, that was a really long-winded night. And I apologize, and I thank you for your persistence and staying with me. Let's see. So, again, thank you for joining me, and thank you for sharing this video. Know that if you are interested in a personal reading, full card reading for yourself, that I am available, and you can visit my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. And there also you can peruse the other shamanic services I offer, healings and different things. And I'm going to have a number of classes coming up in the new year, so stay tuned for that. But it's my job to empower you. It's my job to support the community that supports me. So it's a mutual benefit. Oh, thank you, Deb. Deb highly recommends a full reading. I love reading for people. I love doing healings for people. I love helping people. I love empowering people. Oh, hey, Belle and Jeff. I didn't know you guys were on. Thank you. I'm glad you were here. What am I forgetting? So, and because this is my day job, and I do these for free, but I also gratefully accept any donation you would like to make. If you feel it was worth a couple of dollars, my PayPal information will be in the description of this video, which I am going to share to my Facebook page, Perching Wolf Studios Facebook page, and I'm going to upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. So if you came in late and you want to catch up, you can catch it on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and like my videos. There's actually like 2.5 or so years worth of these reading videos, and as well as some story videos and sacred pipe ceremonies and all kinds of stuff. So check that out too. And we will be back again next Monday in the new year, right? Yeah. So I also do, if you're not aware, Wednesday nights, I also do another Facebook Live video at 7 o'clock, not 8, but 7 o'clock for the Sacred Pipe ceremony, the Sacred Pipe of the Lakota people. I'm a pipe carrier, and I lead a ceremony every Wednesday night, just to give people the chance to breathe, to take the world off their shoulders, and to surrender to spirit, to just spend an hour or so in stillness and connection in safe and sacred space. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you've never been to a pipe ceremony or don't know what one is, come check it out, 7 o'clock Wednesday night. And I think that is it for now. So thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for supporting your local shaman. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you had a good holiday season. It's not over yet. Like I said, we're on the second day of Christmas. We've got 10 more days of Christmas to go. And I hope you have a great New Year's. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. Go shining. All right. Bye.